Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the STUDS Up podcast. As we've been starting every week, we're going to do another quiz podcast today. I'm here with my co-host SimonSays. I am Garfield. Hey, by the way, if you want to give us any feedback, you can always go to our Facebook page, STUDS Up, or you can visit our website, studsup-football.com. Simon says, what is our quiz today?
Our quiz? Well,
we've had a mixed bag with these quizzes.
One.
Yeah. Okay.
We have. So it's from The Guardian, actually. So
cool.
You guys can feel free to, find it, get it, do it with us. It should be a lot of fun. It looks like it might be mixed bag. Like,
okay,
it could be some hard stuff.
What's it actually called on The Guardian that you can just Google?
It's called Premier League Quiz. How well do you know English football's top flight? Apparently that wasn't really in English, so...
Well done.
Yeah. From tunnel bust-ups to halftime sprays, the EPL has seen it all. Test your knowledge of the league's colourful history as its 25th year anniversary.
Yeah, I got to tell you though, some of the Guardian ones are pretty hard. So let's see how we go with this.
But this is why I chose it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for us to look idiotic.
Oh yeah, well, we
totally
do a pretty
fine.
good job of that without a quiz. But sure, let's dive in and see how we go.
So you keep score over there.
Okay, I'll keep score.
I'll go through this. All right. So let's kick off.
All right.
I think we both know this first one, so it's a good way to just ease us into it.
All right.
Who scored the first ever Premier League goal? Mickey Quinn, Brian Dean, Andy Cole, or Ian Wright?
Brian Dean. We've had that one before.
Yep, I think we both knew that. So.
Yeah.
He scored for Sheffield United against Manchester United in a 2-1 win.
There you go.
Good start for you there. Why are Sunderland, your favourite side, called the Black Cats? One ran across the pitch in a game in the 1970s. They won, and the nickname was attached. Supporters voted for it in a poll when they moved to the Stadium of Light. They have had such bad luck, a former owner bestowed the moniker upon them, or the club's old stadium, Roker Park, was next to an animal shelter.
Oh my God. Do you have any idea on that?
I have literally zero idea. I feel like maybe the animal shelter one sounds the least bizarre, so I kind of go with that. But it's probably going to be something crazy.
I'm assuming they've been called that for a long time, so it can't be like the owner that gave them a bad name stadium. Or. Okay, read the first one out to me again. The Black Cat ran across the...
One ran across the pitch in the game in the 70s. Oh. They won, and the nickname stuck, basically.
The 70s.
I'm going with the Roker Park animal shelter.
I also like the Roker Park, but just to be different, I'm going to go with the animal running across the field.
Well, I'm going to click that one.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which one I click,
fair
just
enough.
so we know. We were both wrong.
Okay, what was it?
Not surprising. Supporters voted for it in a poll.
Okay.
And you said democracy was dead in Sunderland. Well, what do you know? How dare you?
Hey, if democracy's dead in Sunderland, they'll definitely be voting out David Moyes. So, yeah.
What is that about? Just can't let it go, can you?
Nah. Okay, that one go for a long time. Okay.
We should hopefully know something about this.
You'd hope.
Australian goalkeeper Mark Bosnich made 178 top-flight appearances for Aston Villa.
Yep.
But in 3 seasons at Chelsea, how many times did he play in the league?
God, not many. Is the answer?
So the options are 0, 5, 23, and 28. Can rule out 0 straight away.
0, it wasn't. I'm going to go with 23.
And I'm going to go with 23 also.
Okay, 23 it is.
We are both in... Oh, it can't have been. 5 is the answer.
Well, my first inkling was kind of... He was third choice there for a long time, so I thought maybe...
certain it was more than 5. Yeah. Well, we were both wrong.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
We, at this point in time, suck.
Yeah. Welcome to Australia, everyone, where we know our own players so very, very well.
Not at Chelsea, though. We're trying to ignore Chelsea.
That's true.
This one's for you, mate.
Oh, wow.
Alex Ferguson's last game in charge of Manchester United was the first Premier League game to finish 5-5. Who did they play? Birmingham City, Burnley, West Brom, or West Ham?
God, you know what? I'm trying to think now.
You should know this.
I should know this.
You should know this.
I assume it's West Ham.
You assume it's West Ham.
Yeah, I would assume.
What if I told you it wasn't West Ham?
Who was it?
Well, I don't know yet. I just said, what if I told you that? You're going West Ham.
Well, hang on. So what was it?
5-5.
5-5, Birmingham City.
So there's Birmingham City, Burnley, West Brom, and West Ham.
Can you see where... Oh, no, actually, I think it was West Brom now I think about it. Because they had Lukaku, and he terrorised the shit out of us.
I'm going to go
with West Brom. West Brom.
And West Brom is correct. We both have 1 each. This is really... We're going
2
bad.
each.
Oh,
2 each, yeah.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah,
okay.
That was a gimme.
That was a gimme. Okay. Which of these 4 Premier League clubs is the odd one out? Coventry, Oldham, Sheffield United, or Swindon Town?
Oh, God. Okay, so Coventry?
Oldham,
Yep.
Sheffield United,
Yep.
Swindon Town.
Ooh, I would assume Oldham because they got relegated in the first Premier League season and never made it back, whereas I think Swindon might have lasted.
I believe Swindon was in another quiz that we did, and they had one of the worst totals in a Premier League.
Yeah, that's
well.
right. I think they
Derby was the worst, but I think Swindon was one of.
But
the
they
worst.
they also remember played 42 games that season.
That's right. So
Coventry lasted quite a while in
I think I'm going to go with you on Oldham. I think process of elimination. I think I'm with you on Oldham.
Oldham. Let's see how we go.
Swindon Town.
Damn.
And the reason being, the other three. Oh, okay. So Swindon didn't play in the inaugural season.
There you go.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, fair call.
That was a little hard.
If anyone out there knew that, by the way, I'm very
Well done.
impressed and
Kudos.
right in. Yeah.
Kudos. At which stadium did Phil Brown, then of Hull City, deliver his infamous halftime team talk on the pitch?
Okay.
Anfield, Etihad, Stamford Bridge, or St Mary's? I'm going back to the memory bank. I'm actually staring out the window right now because that's helping me.
I'm assuming it's the Etihad.
Uh,
It wasn't. I don't think it was Anfield.
it wasn't. I can tell you it wasn't at Anfield, but
I don't think it would have been St Mary's.
I get the feeling it was at the Bridge.
Could have been at the Bridge.
I'm saying Stamford Bridge.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Etihad.
Okay, and you would be correct.
Boom!
It was the Etihad. Hull down 4-0 to Manchester City.
Do you remember that, by the way?
Yeah, I do.
It was hilarious.
Now that I've seen it, obviously I do remember now. But yeah, that was one of the best
that
moments.
Poor little Oompa Loompa just out there screaming at his team.
I totally get it though.
I get it.
Sometimes they just need to kick up the butt.
Yeah,
you know?
particularly Hull. They were not very good that year, and
It's
history
kinda like
is
this-
sadly repeating.
Kind of like this season. Okay, number 7. What was thrown by an Arsenal player rumoured to be Cesc Fabregas at
Pizza.
Alex Ferguson following Manchester United's 2-0
Pizzagate.
win at Old Trafford in October 2004? I have to do this for the people who are listening. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
A boot, pizza, coffee, a ball.
The very famous Pizzagate.
The very famous Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we both just get a point for that one.
Yep. Well, I already. You shouted one out that I already knew, which is
Yes,
really uncool.
yeah. Oh, I'm
Makes me
sorry.
sound less intelligent. I need all the help I can get.
Makes me sound good.
Yeah. High-scoring Premier League game finished 7-4. Which two teams played? Villa, Southampton, Chelsea, Coventry, Tottenham, Swansea, Portsmouth, Reading. I know which one I'm going
do you?
for.
Okay. I got a feeling that Reading was part of it, so it might have been Portsmouth Reading.
It was Portsmouth, Reading. So
was?
if I'm somehow wrong on this,
Okay.
we are correct.
Yeah,
Portsmouth,
awesome.
Reading.
All right.
I remember that game very well.
I remember just Reading played in it. I couldn't remember the opposition, but I remember Reading.
I was the other way around. I knew it was Portsmouth.
There you
Couldn't
go.
remember their opposition.
Between the two of us, we have half a brain.
Yeah, and Portsmouth won that game.
Yep.
So,
7-4.
yeah. It was a tough game to
Didn't
watch.
Kanu score? I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Can't remember anyone else.
Blast from the past.
Yeah.
Kanu.
Maybe
Nice.
Aaron Hunt did. I don't remember.
I'm trying to think it was Portsmouth at the time.
He was a Reading player.
Who was that player who kept scoring those thunderbolt goals back in the day for Portsmouth from halfway and from?
Oh yeah, and then he moved to Italy.
He was great.
Yeah, he was amazing.
man.
He played under Mourinho at Inter, and now I can't think of his name.
But you know what I'm talking
I
about.
do. I
Great-
might
great
come back to
talent.
that if it pops into my head.
Why
If
not?
anyone knows, write into us, please.
Tell us, yeah. Which of these quotes are not attributed to Eric Cantona?
Oh, okay, cool.
If someone is too perfect, then they won't look good. Imperfection is important. I see the world become so uniform. Everybody has to be the same. I like people who are different. No genius has ever existed without some touch of madness. When the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
Well, clearly it's not the last one because that's his most famous quote, and
all
it's
time?
remarkable.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the genius one. The third one that you said. Just read it out again for those playing at home.
No great genius has ever existed without some touch of madness.
See, I think that would have been said about Eric, but not by Eric. The uniformity one is almost certainly an Eric Cantona quote. And then the first one...
I'm going to go with you. And this is going to sound really awful, I'm about to say.
Okay.
but the English on the rest of them seems
A little bit broken.
whereas
Yeah.
that one seems too perfect. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go with you. That's
Okay,
my.
let's see how we go.
I don't actually know the answer.
Yeah.
And that is the one.
Boom. The logic of deduction. Still one ahead of you, by the
That
way.
was actually Aristotle.
Yeah, I
So
thought
there
it
we
was
go.
more too philosophical for Cantona.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, Manchester United hold the record for the biggest win, but who was it against and what was the scoreline? Barnsley 7-0, Coventry 9-1, Ipswich 9-0, Forest 8-1.
Well, they did blag Ipswich a couple of times. I do remember the 8-1 though against Nottingham Forest.
I watched the 8-1 against
I'm
Nottingham
pretty
Forest.
sure. Is that the one where Solskjaer came on and scored a hat trick in about 20 minutes?
Yes, but I don't know if that was the game.
I think it was. I think it's the Ipswich. I think they did Ipswich in by some ludicrous amount. Feel free to go against me though, because I'm not entirely confident.
I'll go Nottingham Forest.
Okay, let's see how we go.
It was Ipswich 9-0.
Boosh! I do
It's
kind
the
of
only one
remember.
I remember though. I don't remember the 9-0.
I think that must have been in like '94, maybe. It was like back when Mark Hughes was banging in goals, kind of thing.
Fair enough. I'm really falling behind this one.
You're only 2 behind.
As the end of the 2015-16 season, as of the end of the 2015-16 season, how many Australian players have appeared in the Premier League?
Oh, okay.
36, 40, 48, or 64? And there is a comically drawn picture here of Mile Jedinak, by the way. It's actually quite funny. Have a look at him.
That is a great picture of Mille.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh.
Now on the championship, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many Aussies?
40?
I mean, I can't sit here and
No, I couldn't name them all. You'd have to, like Brad Jones, Lucas Neal. Like there's
Mark
too many.
Schwartz,
Mark Bosnich, Harry Kewell, Mark Viduka, copious
Cahill,
others. Yeah,
Cahill,
Timmy.
Milligan.
Yep. Jedinak, right there.
Jedinak. But when,
I'm going 40.
I'm actually not going to get to the number.
No,
so
we wouldn't get there.
I'm going to go.
I'm going to go 40 just for the sake of 40. It sounds round.
As of the 2015-16 season.
Long
I'm going to go 48.
Okay.
I just want to get something different here.
No, cool.
48!
Oh, back of the net. He's back in the
Oh,
game.
he's back in the game. But I actually didn't know the answer.
Yeah.
That was, just
Pure
a guess.
fluke.
Just
No,
a guess.
that's a tough question. And we're Australian.
Yeah,
We could probably name 15 players at a stretch.
Although I could tell you that the most number of foreign players, it's French.
Oh, I would assume
French
it would be
players,
French, yeah.
With how many games to spare did Arsenal guarantee the title during the Invincibles season of 03-04? 4, 2, 7, or 6? How many games to spare? I actually don't think it was that much.
I thought it would have been 4.
I'm ruling out 7.
I would have thought
for
4.
sure.
6 seems like a huge stretch.
Yeah, I also don't think because I mean, as much as the Invincible season was a remarkable season,
Yeah.
I also don't think they were as dominant as there were a lot of draws.
There were a lot of draws.
So I feel like if they
Remember,
if they
Manchester
wrapped it up-
United outscored them in the treble-winning season, for example.
Yeah, that's right, for sure.
Yeah.
So there's definitely plenty.
I'm going with
of-
4. I'm thinking
Yeah,
4.
I don't think it's 2, and I don't think it's 7. Therefore, we're down to 4 or 6. I'm gonna have to go with you.
Okay,
With 4.
let's see if it was 4.
It was 4.
Boom! Back of the net.
Although Robbie Keane scored an injury time
Robbie!
equaliser from the penalty spot, the 2-2 draw at Tottenham ensured the title was won in the 34th game.
Oh.
There we go.
At White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been a very
Yeah.
happy day to be an Arsenal fan.
Very sweet day for them.
Oh, Mark, do you remember
Where's
that?
Buzz?
Write in if you remember that, by the way, Mark.
And Buzz.
Oh, and Buzz, yeah. Oh, you poor bugger. It's all right. He wouldn't have been born then. He's only about
that's true.
3.
Yeah, he's about 3, isn't he? The baby-faced assassin.
Yes, well.
Just
Buzzington. Yeah, Buzzington.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Hello to those 2 people that are listening, and for excluding everyone else, we're sorry.
Yes, it's sorry. What makes the veteran Australian goalkeeper Mark Schwartz unique? He was the first player to move to England from Germany's Bundesliga. He's the only non-British player to make more than 500 Premier League appearances. He is the top goal-scoring keeper to have played in the top flight. Nobody else has ever played for 5 different clubs. Well, we know that's not true.
That's
but
clearly not true. It's the first
500?
foreign player to go over 500.
500 league games, correct?
Yep. He's the only foreign, and he's one of ours.
I remember that because we did that quiz.
There's weirdly a lot of Australian questions in this quiz.
There are weirdly a lot,
Yeah.
for The Guardian.
Yeah, very odd.
And it's not the Guardian Australia. This is the British one.
Okay.
All right. Which defender holds the unwanted title for the most own goals conceded? Richard Dunn, Derek Mountfield, Jamie Carragher, or Zat Knight?
Who do you think it is?
Dunn.
I know this one. Yeah, I knew it. Richard Dunn.
I know it's Dunn.
Boom. 11, I think
He's
it
actually
was.
not an awful... He's not a bad defender, though.
No,
this
he's
makes
not.
him sound awful.
No, I think, what is it, 11? 11 own goals?
10.
One
Pretty
off.
close.
Yeah.
Carragher and Zat Knight scored
8?
7, by the way.
I'm
and
like one
Mountfield
off on
got
everyone.
6, so they're all not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Wow.
Okay. When Blackburn won the league in 94-95, Alan Shearer was their top scorer, obviously. But who was his sidekick up front? Kevin Gallagher, Andy Cole, Chris Sutton, Mike Newell.
Chris Sutton.
Chris Jefferson Sutton.
Wow, good old Jeffers.
Well, it's really not Jefferson, but we're going to go with it. He scored 15 goals, by the way.
He was very good.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 15, but that's good. What was the final score in Arsene Wenger's 1,000th game in charge of Arsenal? 0-0, 7-1, 3-3, or 0-6?
Duh. Okay, read those out to me.
0-0,
Yep.
7-1,
Mm.
3-3, or 0-6.
Damn.
Those are some polarizing
Those
scores.
are some crazy scores.
Well, I know it's not 7-1. I actually think it was 0-0.
No, I was going to go the other way and say the proper Arsenal result would be 3-3.
It would be, but
Just
I
because
think
it's
0-0.
ridiculous.
So you're going 3-0?
I'm going to go ridiculous. Why not?
Okay. We're both wrong.
Was it 0-6?
It was 0-6, and it was the worst defeat of his career to Chelsea.
See, I vaguely remember them getting tonked, but I didn't know if it was his 1000th. Yeah.
I remember that game. I watched that game. I
Yeah.
just didn't know it was his 1000th.
That's
Sorry,
unfortunate.
Gunners.
That's unfortunate.
That's
for
really
Mr.
unfortunate.
Wenger.
There's actually been a couple of brutal Arsenal questions. Which manager has been promoted to the Premier League a record 4 times?
Okay.
Steve Bruce, Tony Pulis, Mark Hughes, Stephen... I don't even know how to pronounce his surname. Dyche.
Dyke?
Is it Dyke?
Yeah, well, maybe.
D-Y-C-H-E.
Yeah, I guess so. Dyke?
We'll call him a Dyke.
Hey, sure.
I don't think it's him.
No, I would just read through that first name again.
Bruce.
I'm going with
Paulus
Steve
Hughes
Bruce.
Dyke.
I'm going with Steve Bruce.
I am also going to go with you.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we were right.
It is Brucey.
Yeah, there you go. I kind of did know that one.
Hull twice.
Yep.
And
Birmingham
twice.
Yep.
Okay. When Roy Keane told Patrick Vieira... A lot of Man United
There
questions.
are. And like mixed with Arsenal.
Yeah. When Roy Keane told Patrick Vieira, I'll see you out there,
Yep.
along with numerous expletives, as Keno does,
As Keno
in the
does.
Highbury Tunnel before the reverse fixture in February 2005, which teammate was he backing up? Rude, Ole, Roy Carroll, or Gaz?
Do you know this one?
Gary Neville.
It was Gary Neville.
Gary Neville.
Yeah. It was G-Nev.
G-Nev. It's a pretty famous moment.
It is very
I think
famous.
most people would know that one.
Yeah, if you like your football from that era, I think you'd remember
that was a top
moment.
era.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that midfield battle. Oh, I
Yeah.
remember Keno just crunched him. Oh, it was a great game.
Yeah, it really was a great
Love
game.
that
But
game.
Vieira holds a record. I hope this isn't a question in here, but Vieira has the most red cards.
Still.
Yeah, still.
He
Bit of a
always was
psycho,
a
right?
dirty bugger.
Well, that's a low blow to the arse. Well, here we go. Pretty rich coming from you
loved it.
after this week's
Hey,
play, but sure.
Oh, damn, boy. We'll get to that in the next podcast.
Who was Jose Mourinho's first signing at Chelsea? Arjen Robben, Paulo Ferreira, Didier Drogba, or Petr Cech?
Okay, so this...
First signing.
First signing. Now, here's the
person he
problem.
signed first.
Here's the problem.
Number
Because
one.
Arjen Robben would have already been signed by Claudio Ranieri. No, actually. Mourinho did sign him.
I think it is Robben.
I think it might be Robben.
Although Paulo Ferreira, he's old
He
school.
could have come
It definitely
straight in as
wasn't
the right
Drogba,
back. No, it wasn't
and
the
it wasn't
Drog.
Cech.
No. I'm going to go with Arjen Robben.
Yeah.
Do you want to change up and go Ferreira, or are you going to stick with...
I should.
You should just
should.
just to see how you go.
And it's Paulo Ferreira.
Yeah, there you go. I did have a sneaky suspicion, but I
Yeah.
thought I'd stick with my...
£13.2 million from Porto. That's why. I
Yeah,
remembered him being
yeah.
Porto. So.
Yeah. And then he signed everyone from Porto somehow.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
But did a good job with them.
Oh, amazing job.
Yeah. All right, this is the final question.
Oh, and
I
we're
don't think I can-
deadlocked, by the way, on 13 each.
When did I catch up? Oh, that's
In the
great.
last couple, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Tim Cahill scored 56 goals in 8 seasons at Everton. But
Mm-hmm.
in which campaigns did he score? Which campaign, did he score the most?
Okay.
0405, 0607, 0708, 11, 12.
Whew. I don't think it would be as late as 11-12.
Same.
What was the year that they nearly qualified for the Champions League? Well, they finished fourth and then got knocked out by Villarreal. Was that 04-05?
Give me a sec.
When did you win the Champions League? That was the year, 05. So I'm going to go with 04-05. Just because if that's the year that they finished fourth, I'm thinking he would have got a lot of goals.
But I also don't think that was the season. I thought the season that he had a great goal scoring run was
might have been
the
07,
World Cup,
08.
was that World Cup year.
Okay. So what, 06, 07 you're thinking?
You know what? I'm not gonna sit on the fence on this one. I have to go different to you.
Okay, yeah, well, this is
you
for the win.
You went for your question. You went for your answer first, so I can't join you.
Yeah.
Even though
I'm not sure, by the way. I just think logically.
But I think that's a good guess.
Yeah, logically.
I have to go. I'm going to go 607 because I have to pick something different.
Sounds fair. Could well be. You know what? He might have played well in that season, but not top scorer.
We can't deadlock.
Yeah.
Someone has to win.
Fair enough. Let's see.
Well done, my friend.
Thank you very much.
12 goals.
There you go. And a score of 14-13. I have come out victorious.
Well done.
Thank you. That was a good one. That was not actually a bad quiz.
Yeah, it was great.
I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Maybe you were playing at home. If you were, write into our Facebook. Tell us if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Hey, maybe you've got a quiz that you want to recommend to us. We're more than happy to make ourselves look like complete and utter pillocks. We're totally down with it. Anyway, if you do want to talk to us, you can always find us on the Facebook. It's Studs Up. And we'll see you for the next podcast, which is going to be a review of the last round. And I've got to